The gunshots, one bloodying the head of Donald Trump, now ringing loudly across the globe, including inside the mind of Alberta's premier.
I think everybody's very concerned. When you see an attempted assassination.
U.S. media reporting the now deceased shooter, a 20-year-old Pennsylvania man, was both a registered Republican and a one-time donor to a progressive political action committee. Still, Alberta's premier pointing her finger only at progressives.
The way in which conservative politicians have been characterized is outrageous. And that is, I think, led to the culture that we've seen in the U.S. And I certainly hope that some of the progressive politicians here are careful of their language.
Smith then specifically mentioned her opponent, Alberta NDP leader Naheed Nenshi.
The leader of the opposition in Alberta has described me as dangerous. When you start using that kind of rhetoric, that ends up creating an elevated risk for all of us.
Nenshi's staff said he was unavailable to speak about Smith's comments today, instead referring us to a Saturday tweet. He called the shooting horrifying while encouraging vigorous debate without violence. In his run for NDP leader and even before entering the race, Nenshi repeatedly referred to Smith and her government as immoral and dangerous. Specifically, he's used the word to denounce the premier's policies on transgender youth.
Nenshi was saying that this was dangerous for trans children. And I agree with him on that. Is dangerous political danger or physical danger? Right? It's one of those words that can be interpreted in different ways.
Political scientist Wayne Bratt confirms politicians of all stripes have faced vitriol and threats in Alberta. He believes Smith's comments are one-sided and could potentially inflame the situation.
She's talking about violent rhetoric only from progressive politicians against conservative politicians, when herself has been quite critical and used inflammatory language.
In January, Smith told American Conservative host Tucker Carlson to place Canada's Environment Minister Stephen Guilbeault in his crosshairs, according to a Post-Media article. Smith was asked Monday if the shooting has caused her to reflect on her own rhetoric.
I always stay focused on issues.
Smith later told reporters she only meant that Guilbeault should be fired, and she stands by that. From Edmonton, Sean Amato, City News.